Hey everybody, if you're thinking about getting into trucking, now is the time. Tubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. Well, actually I'm at home. I have a wedding tomorrow. My daughter's getting married, so I get to come home and give away my daughter. If you're a father of a daughter, then you know what I'm going through right now. But anyways, I'm fortunate he's a pretty good dude. But these trucks, they don't have APUs. And if you leave it parked too long, the batteries will start to drain. And you gotta start it up, every other day or so and let it run and charge the batteries back up. I'm looking at the cluster in the gauge. It has the two battery settings. It has the main and the auxiliary, and I'll let them both get fully charged, get to 100%, real close to it. And one's at 90. The main is at 90%, and the auxiliary is at 83%. And I think they may have increased probably 4% each, and I've been sitting here for 30 minutes, so I will be here for at least another hour. I might sit in the driver's seat and give it a little gas, a little fuel, and see if it'll charge a little faster. But anyways, so guys, listen, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I say if you're going to get into trucking, now is the time. Okay, and first off, there's not a bad time to get your career started, okay? I mean, the best time to get your career started is right now, but if there was an optimum prime time to get into trucking, now is it. And I say that because let's just say that you took the same route I took, or even if you didn't, if you just went to a trucking school anywhere, it's going to take you roughly 3 weeks, okay, to get through that. Let's give it a month, okay, to acquire your CDL, okay? Then you got to go through the hiring process, which might take another week, maybe 2, okay? That would put you somewhere around the end of November, okay? And we're being reasonable, maybe less, okay? The trick is you will be going out with a mentor, and you want your mentor to be an OTR driver or spend a lot of his time in the northern states, okay? Which is why this time of the year will be optimum for you, okay? Because this time of the year, we started getting some snow. And a lot of stigma is what I'm trying to say, with trucking, and myths, so to speak, is the toughest thing to do in trucking is to back one of these things up. And although it could be a little tricky, it's not deadly. Driving in snow could be deadly, okay, by far. And when you drive in the winter, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, because you'll wake up in the morning and take off, and then you may be going up I-80, and by the time you get on the other side of Wyoming, you can see 20 trucks flipped over on the side of the highway. And that's northern statewide. You know, Michigan and everywhere else, you'll find cars drove off the highway, flipped over, and big rigs flipped over, cars tucked under these big rigs. I mean, all them nasty wrecks. You're gonna see that, and it's because they drove all night, and you know the terrain, everything at night is far worse. Okay, and they're driving in it, and so you get to see it in the morning while you was asleep. They were wrecking their trucks out. But the reason that you want to go through the process during the winter is because hopefully your mentor will be able to help you navigate, help you learn how to handle the truck in those type of situations. Okay, and you're not going to get those opportunities outside of the winter months. Okay, I mean, that's just a fact. You learn to drive in the snow. Okay, and there are other weather conditions that can be not good for us as drivers. Like high winds can be really bad for us. Just blow your truck right over. That is a fact. And you know, if whenever you see it, it's nerve-wracking. I mean, it'll make you, yeah, it'll get your nerves. You know, the truck in front of you, see that rear trailer tire coming up off the ground a little bit in the back. You feel your cab kind of doing this while you're driving. Hey man, they will blow over. But that snow, ice, black ice, it mess you up, man. But if you know how to drive in it, you can survive it. I mean, drivers survive every freaking winter, okay? And so it is survivable, but you have to be willing to pay attention. You can't be afraid of it because it's coming, okay? It's coming. Even if you decide, well, I'm not going to do it now because of that, then let me ask you, where are you going to drive where you're not going to go through that type of situation, okay? By putting it off today, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to face those situations later, okay? So don't think about it that way. I mean, just go ahead and face it. You know, I mean, that's just what we do. We drive, okay? And if this is what you want to do, then you're going to have to learn how to deal with weather situations, okay? I'm in the southern region. The chances of me getting into much snow, it's not good. But I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I've already done the snow thing. And if I had to go north, I would have no problem, okay? But let's just, for an instance, say that you choose to only drive in the south. Well, you're still going to deal with rain, winds, tornadoes, hurricanes, you know, heat. You'd be surprised, man. The heat might not flip you over on the side of the road, but it will flip your body over on your back. There's still things that you would have to learn to be successful, even driving in the south. Staying hydrated. I got a bunch of Gatorades down there and waters. You know, you have to learn how to do it. You know, you have to learn how to drive in the heat. In the heat, also, your tractor, all of it, tractor and trailer, they tend to blow tires because they build up a lot of heat, and they will just explode. They blow the tires. So you have to learn how to drive in this atmosphere. That means you got to frequently check the tire pressure. You know, to check the quality of your tire, make sure it's not coming apart. Okay, the glue that holds the recap on isn't coming apart. I mean, the heat is a son of a gun. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can say that you're never going to drive in the snow, and you know, you'd be lying to yourself. But even if you were successful and never having to drive in the snow, wouldn't it be nice to know that you can do it if that situation cropped up? Now is the time. Go get your CDL right now. Go get it going, okay? Get hired wherever you're gonna go. You want to do refrigerated, you want to do flatbed or dry van, tanker. Find a company that's right for you, okay? I did dry van and refrigerated with Swift. And then I left Swift, went to Melton, where I am now, doing flatbed. My ultimate goal is to pull heavy. Okay? And so I followed the course of action. You need to do the same. But don't put it off. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Because you let this winter pass you up, man, and you're going to lose a lot of knowledge. Okay? You know, there are some companies that will not release you to drive solo until you had a winter driving. Excuse me, man. It's it's catching up with me. I've been getting a lot of stuff accomplished since I've been home. So excuse me, but a lot of companies, if you, let's just say you hired on in let's say April. You had on with April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And so October, you leave that company and go try to get hired on at another company, 6 months experience. They're going to pay you a little extra. And then they say, how many winters have you gone through? Have you gone through a winter? No. They may be reluctant to bring you on because you're going to be solo in the truck in the northern states during the winter. And they don't feel good about that, so you lose that opportunity. Okay? Well, I'm only going to look for jobs that drive in the south. If you're just dead set to have that type of mentality, I'm not going to be able to help you. Okay, you know, go ahead and do what you're gonna do. But all I can tell you is you're boxing yourself in. Just saying. If you guys want to drive, pull a box back there, you want to pull a refrigerated or a dry van. I started at Swift, and it's pretty easy to go through it. They're a little bit lax, to be not illegally lax, but they kind of work with you a little bit if you got some hiccups along the way in your on your resume, and they may be able to help you out a little bit. Don't listen to all of the craziness that you hear on YouTube. Okay, 90% of the people who are saying that that company sucks and that they wreck out and that they have all these issues and blah 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 blah, 90% of them never even worked for them. They're getting secondhand information, and guys, you know what that means. Come on, man. Come on. Don't act like, you know, everything that comes off of a YouTube channel, including this one, is something that's going to benefit you. It just may not. You know, I wonder why I put this thing up here and didn't turn it on. Don't eat. See? That's what I'm talking about. Not all of us YouTubers got our heads on all the time, okay? And a whole lot of us are biased. And they will talk trash about a company that can help you get your career started. So don't be afraid to go to Swift. I did fine. I did really well. Okay, helped me get to where I'm at right now. So I'm grateful. You will be too. If you want to do refrigerated, and you want to try, you eventually one day want to be a owner operator. Prime. I would go with Prime, and I would go with them because you can get on their lease purchase program. They'll help you get started. You know, get on your way with the lease thing. Okay, and if you want to do flatbed, I highly recommend coming over here with Melton. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come through here and knock us off. With Swift, it's where I started. You can do dry van, refrigerated, and they do have flatbed division. I wouldn't recommend going flatbed with them. They're pretty good with freight on both dry van and refrigerated. Okay. If your heart is set on reefer, Prime is a good way to go because they're 90% reefer, man. That's what they do. They also have some tank and flatbed. Okay, but you need to pick the one that works for you. If you're gonna eventually go with the owner operator, go with Prime because they're gonna help you get the lease. You'll start learning how to operate a truck, not just drive it down the road. I mean, that's only a small portion of it, but you'll learn lanes. What freight should pay you and all that kind of stuff. And you're gonna do that all with the umbrella protection of a big company like Prime. Okay. So that's not a bad choice. If you want to get into the big money, eventually someday get into the big money, which is pulling big stuff, especially trailers and stuff like that, then you need to get in the open deck. You need to get a flatbed. Melton, that's where I'm at. I love it, and you're not gonna go wrong. Trust me when I'm telling you, you're not gonna go wrong. Now here's the difference between all three. With the two mega carriers, you don't have to have your CDL when you show up. They'll help you get your CDL, okay? With Melton, you need to already have your CDL before you come, okay? But it's worth it, trust me. They also have $5,000 tuition reimbursement. So let's say you got a little student loan or something like that and went to truck driving school. It's a community college in your area. Talk with a recruiter, let them know what you're about to do, and then get her done, and then when you're hired on, then they work out the reimbursement for you up to $5,000. So hey, it works. Okay. All right. Enough of me yapping. And 93% and 89%. So I'm gonna go up there and see if I can help this process along, get those battery charged, so I can get out of here, get back to my family. Okay, till I see you again, deliver and distracted, get off your bum and come on out here and burn some fuel. Here's your boot right now, today, so you get you some winter driving. Come on, boot.